Like, why should a client trust you with the biggest purchase of their life? Minor issues that could land your client in court. And I see this happening on a day-to-day basis in real estate. If you don't have that knowledge or know about the case laws surrounding this, that client is going to get a very rude awakening when they're sued in court. They're going to lose.
What does make REMAX President Realty different than others?
It's the management here at the brokerage. You genuinely care about your agent's success. You bring best in technology. We have been using technology that other brokerages don't even know exists. So a lot of agents are out there working at other brokerages and they have no idea what they're missing out on.
When you look back, what do you think that you could have done differently?
If I were to go back and change things, I probably wouldn't have wasted 5 years at the wrong brokerage. It takes years to build your reputation, and just one bad decision or one ethical decision on your part can destroy your career.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Real Estate with Garry Bhaura. Today, we have our guest, Satinder Mangat. Satinder is a veteran real estate agent with our brokerage, and we will have a candid discussions with him and learn about his journey, how he does business, and what's in his mind about real estate. So let's start the show. Satinder, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Gary.
Who is Satinder Mangat? Tell me more about yourself, your background, how did you start and all that stuff. So tell me about you.
I guess a little bit about me. I actually came from a different background entirely. I was in the IT industry. I was a software developer.
Nice.
Yeah, I was there for over 10 years. I worked at IBM.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess entrepreneurship was kind of always in my blood, just watching my parents work hard. They had real estate investments, and it was always just something that I was intrigued by. So I just thought IT, there's got to be something more than that. It was a comfortable job, but I wanted to step out of my comfort zone, try something different. Real estate was a natural move for me.
Mm-hmm.
Moved into that profession, and there was no looking back.
Great. And does that IT background help you over the years?
It does help, actually. So there's a lot of technology involved in real estate. I'm a fast learner when it comes to technology. So I can learn these new systems really quickly. I can put kind of an IT spin on things in the background. I can customize and tweak some of those systems. So it obviously, and it definitely does help me.
Do you remember the exact moment or influence made you decide to pursue real estate, in your career?
Oh, it feels like a lifetime ago. I started taking the courses in 2003.
Okay. It's been a while.
It's been a while, and I actually got my license, or I became a registrant in 2004.
Mm-hmm. So how is your journey so far? Tell me about that. How was your first few days, first few months or weeks and years, of course?
Well, it's been up and down, I gotta say, but that's the case with any type of business, really. The first little while was a challenge. There was a steep learning curve.
Mm-hmm.
The courses only teach you so much,
Right.
but the real knowledge is when you're actually out in the field.
Of course.
And gaining practical knowledge. And that is stuff that the textbooks can't teach you.
Right.
So there definitely were some hard times. There were some mistakes that were made.
Mm.
But I think looking back now, I wouldn't change it for anything. I really enjoy I'm glad that I made that decision to go into this field.
Right.
And I'm loving it every day.
That is exactly what I wanted to hear because, I meet a lot of real estate agents over the years. They always talk about the challenges, but I wanted to know from you, what was your biggest challenge? Was it a time management, learning, something else? Tell me more about that.
Well, when I started, I was in my late 20s, and I'd never owned a house at that age. And so I think one of the challenges being so young in real estate at that time, I felt I was young, was just to have clients trust you as a new agent who doesn't even own their own house. Like, why should a client trust you to with the biggest purchase of their life? That was one of the challenges I think I faced. But once they see that you're willing to work hard, you to give them the best possible service, to give them honest advice, and if you don't have the knowledge, you have access to people in the office that have the knowledge to guide your clients the right way through this transaction. I think you can overcome those challenges very quickly.
Right.
Some of the other challenges were just getting the right guidance, especially early on in a career. You need the right mentors, you need the right coaching, you need the right administrative framework
Right.
to make sure you're doing a good job and you have the support that you need so you can give your clients the best experience.
Have you ever doubted your decision into real estate? Like,
There were some tough decisions, some thoughts that went through my head at some times. In this industry, I was in an industry where I knew I was getting a regular pay every month, regular salary. I knew what I was going to make every month. And with this industry, sometimes it's a little bit unpredictable.
right.
You might not see a paycheck sometimes for quite some time. So you had to budget a little bit better.
Yeah.
The doubts were there.
Right. I mean, when we meet real estate agents, they all wanted to come full time or start full time. And sometimes they start part time. But how did you start? Full time, part time? Or, it was at that point where you always wanted to start full time, but you wanted to give it a try. How did you start?
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. I had my full-time job,
Mhm.
and this was some of the courses I was doing on the side. I did become licensed. I started off part-time because I still had a full-time job that was taking up a lot of my time. But once I got past the first initial deal or two deals, and I realized that, hey, this is something I should be devoting more of my time to.
Right.
It was a little bit easier for me to make that transition from part-time agent to full-time.
Was there a turning point in your career when you made a decision that, okay, that's it, I'm doing full time, or I'm doing entirely this career? This is my career now. When was that, and how was that?
There was that time when I made that decision to go full-time. I think it probably happened around the time when I started seeing the potential of this business. I started getting more calls from clients and friends looking to buy or sell their property. And I realized that I actually need to devote more time to my clients to help them in the best possible way. And the only way I could do that was if I left my former job and devoted all my time to real estate. That was the only way I could give them the best service possible.
Was that specific habits or time management or learning? Or what was the most important thing in that, turning point when you say, can you elaborate that, please?
I think the most important thing was just making that conscious decision that this is what I do now. This is now who I am. I am a real estate agent now. And to kind of put the other stuff behind me now and start this new chapter in my life. So that involved making some tough decisions, but I needed to give it that dedication to just see myself exceed.
Satinder, you're with us for a long time. I remember that you was not with us in starting of your career. How did our brokerage help you? How did REMAX president help you? The staff, the leadership. How does this play a role in your career over the years?
I think that was the second big turning point in my career. I was with the previous brokerage for 5 years before I joined this brokerage. Once you get into, I didn't know what I was missing until I was actually exposed to what else is out there. I was fine where I was at,
Hmm.
but there was a whole big picture of things that I didn't even know that were out there. And I was happy in my comfort zone there. But when I came over here, I just realized there's a whole different world of possibilities that I wasn't exposed to at my
Mm.
last office.
Right.
The technology was cutting edge. The support structure that you have here, that it was next, like, well, way beyond what I experienced at the previous office.
Hmm.
Administrative staff, your guidance, your one-on-one guidance, which is very important for new agents. If there was any questions, you were always just a phone call away and helping us grow our business. And you feel a real big difference when the broker of record is on site every day,
Right.
and you know he's there to ask any questions too. So it was a very big wake up call for me,
Mm-hmm.
where I actually felt that I wasted 5 years of my career at the wrong brokerage.
Hmm.
And I probably could have excelled my career a lot faster if I had just joined this brokerage right from the start.
You think that a brokerage culture play a role in agent success?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I look forward to coming to the office. The culture here is very positive.
Mm-hmm.
The people are all friendly, everyone from the admin staff to management, and even all my colleagues here, fellow realtors, everyone, they see you, they have a smile on their face, they're warm. You can ask them anything. They're always willing to help. Culture definitely is probably one of the biggest things an agent should look for. What is the office culture? What are the people like? This place actually feels like family.
Hmm. You brought that a very good point, the colleagues and the friends you made over the years. I know that you have quite a few friends here and it's like a family to you. How did that play a role in your career, in your real estate business? I know that we all are, limited competitor between each other, but we are also very good friends here. You think that that plays a role, in
Absolutely.
motivates you and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't feel like people are competing here, although, like, some people might say, oh, that's your competition, but I don't get that feeling at all in this office. Everyone is willing to help one another.
Hmm.
I can turn to anybody and ask them for their advice. Maybe they've experienced something similar, and they will openly share their advice with me.
Right.
Most people, if they treat you as a competitor, they will withhold that information. They won't want to share with you because they don't want to see you do better than them. We don't have that feeling here in this office.
Is there any specific moment you wanted to share with me, the culture or the support or anything related to REMAX president?
It's just the bond I've built here.
Hmm.
And there's some people who I've worked with here who I've known for so many years that we have become like family. I know I can call them out, even outside of real estate. We get together outside of work. It could mean going out for dinners or just having parties at home. We've developed such deep friendships here
Right.
that it doesn't feel like a workplace. It just feels like home.
Tell me about REMAX brand. What does it means to you and how does it support to you and your business?
Or REMAX, the brand, it's to me, it's a standard, and it's a very high standard. And it aligns very well with me because I consider myself to have very high standards in terms of how I want to treat my clients and what standard I want to keep my business at. And it aligns well with REMAX's standards. REMAX, the brand, has been around for decades,
Right.
and they are the number one most trusted brand in real estate. And you don't just become the number one brand overnight.
Right.
This takes decades and decades of proof showing that you've actually reached that level gradually over time. And with thousands or hundreds of thousands of happy clients. So this was a brand I wanted to align with,
Mm-hmm.
and their values align well with my own. And it also shows, like, within the industry, that the people who are REMAX agents, they understand that they're working at higher standards as well.
Right.
So you're surrounded by like-minded professionals
Mm.
who actually care about their reputation. They care about their clients' success, and they've joined a brand that will help them help their clients better.
Right. Stinder, you are with us from a long time, and you grew your business here and serving your clients through the REMAX President Realty with your own brand. What do you think that make different than other brokerage? What does make REMAX President Realty different than others? In your opinion, I want to know from you.
Well, first and foremost, I would say it's the management here at the brokerage. Without good management, you can't really run a successful brokerage. It's the genuine care. You are the broker of record. You genuinely care about your agent's success. You bring the best in technology to this
Mhm.
office. We have been using technology that other brokerages don't even know exists, and
Right.
we've been doing it for years.
Right.
And the training that you provide, you don't just bring in any like regular Joe Schmo coach.
Yeah.
You bring the best of the best.
Right.
And I know they're not cheap, but this is you genuinely caring for your agents. And I've seen the coaches that other brokerages bring in. A lot of them are just do in-house training,
Hmm.
which you could easily do as well. But when you're bringing in professionals from outside, these are people who do nothing but coaching. They know what they're talking about, and they're being paid very well to train us as well. So I think one of the biggest things is your coaching is at a much higher level than other brokerages. Your training,
Hmm.
your support, your systems that you have in place here. A lot of brokerages can't even compete with this. So a lot of agents are out there working at other brokerages, and they have no idea what they're missing out on.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. That is a good segue for my next question. What keeps you motivated over the years? I know that you're in the business for a long time, but what keeps you motivated?
Hey, I've got a passion for this. There's no better feeling than when a client gets their dream home or the house that they've been trying to get.
Hmm.
And I can't tell you how many times a client has actually broken down in tears because either their house got sold for the price they wanted or better than what they were expecting, or they're able to secure a property that they really wanted, and they just break down with emotions. And I can't even describe that feeling. Like it's
Right.
such an overwhelming happiness that goes through me. That's so motivating for me.
Hmm.
And just to know that I help my client make a really good decision at sometimes a really tough time in their life.
Right.
And for me to sleep at night knowing that I didn't misguide them, I didn't mislead them.
Hmm.
Some of these people are going through some really tough times. Some people have lost a family member and they're forced to sell.
Yeah.
They've lost a job or they're going through a divorce. And just that keeps me motivated to know that in some way, in my own little way, I'm able to help somebody get through maybe a very difficult time in their life. That's very motivating for me.
I think the same way, when we serve our clients and we help them what they wanted to get, and it's so immense satisfaction when we help them. So I feel the same way. But do you wanted to share any incident where you felt really satisfied after making a sale or getting them the property they want?
There's so many. There's so many incidents. It almost, I would say, every deal is satisfactory in some way or the other. Just in general, to know that this client had a goal, and whether it's to sell their home or buy a home or buy an investment, that I was in some way involved with helping them achieve this goal, and just the other form of satisfaction comes when they come back again as a repeat client.
Repeat client, yeah.
That basically tells me that they trusted me and they were so happy with their first experience with me that they choose to use me again, or send their referrals, or send a family member to me. For somebody to refer you, it's not easy for somebody to take on that responsibility to refer somebody to a family member, because if some things don't go right, that person referring, he doesn't want to lose their reputation. That, why did I refer this person to my friend?
Right.
But so they take a big chance to refer somebody. So I that's really important to me as well. But I would say, yeah, overall, every deal has its own satisfaction. There's no real one deal that shines above others. They all make me really proud.
Very good. You are in the business over 2 decades. You think that real estate changed over the years, and how did it change, in your opinion?
Oh, there's been so many changes. Every just year to year brings about many changes. Right now, we're seeing a lot of technology. I remember back in the day, we didn't have GPSs or map.
We used to have that Pearly
the
map,
Pearly's
or
map book, and you would have to figure out your route, highlight your route on how to get to a property. Everything's changed. There's so much technology here that makes our lives easier.
Right.
And I see a lot of agents that haven't embraced this technology. There's still some that are stuck on, text messaging is a challenge for some people. Like,
Right. Back in the days.
Yeah. Or just using some of our new systems in real estate. A lot of people can't grasp the system. So it's changing. It changes overnight. Like every day there's new technology coming out. So it's just important just stay on top of everything. But it's all good stuff that's coming out. It's not affecting us in a negative way. I think it's helping our businesses and in the end, helping our clients.
You think that, when a real estate agent is working with their clients, or when your clients work with you, you check their portfolio, you built their wealth portfolio over the years. Like, sometimes, in my opinion, real estate is not just one avenue. It's number of different avenues you can go through that. For example, they buy a property or lease with you, and then they buy investments and all that stuff. You think that you help them through your expertise to build that wealth over the years? How do you do that, and how often they come back to you when they are working with you, or how you can satisfy their needs?
Absolutely. I'm a numbers person. So any decisions I make, I usually run it through a spreadsheet. I crunch the numbers. My thoughts are normally, if I'm advising somebody, is this a decision I would personally make myself? Does this make sense to me? Numbers wise, if they're looking for an investment property, it has to make sense.
Right.
There's been so many clients I've been able to help buy investment properties, and they're doing very well with those decisions they made in the past, and they're happy for it. And that investment property has sometimes turned over and allowed them to buy more investment properties.
Satinder, what's the biggest source of your clientele?
Now my biggest source is referrals and repeat clients. And I would say 90% of my business comes from repeat or referrals.
Very good.
I think that's just a testament to how important it is in this industry to give your client good, honest, transparent service, so that you're not just working on that one deal with them. It's every deal after that. that should come to you as well if you give them good service from the start, and not just their deals, but all of their friends and family. You should be the person they come to.
I know that you have used the social media videos and all that stuff over the years, and you're very popular on social media as a Spider-Man real estate agent. Tell me more about that, those kind of the reels you make, and so creative and so engaging. Tell me more about that.
Uh, I like to have fun while I'm doing real estate. It doesn't always have to be serious. You're allowed to have fun
Of
in every
course.
profession.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do pump out a lot of serious videos as well. A lot of informative videos with things that clients need to know. But I like to sprinkle in some humor as well, and I'm like that with my clients as well. When we go out looking at homes, I want to make it light, but also keep in mind that I am still gonna guide them in the right possible way. I'm still a professional, but there's nothing wrong with having some fun.
Thank you for bringing the professional side of that. You think that being professional, being ethical helps to grow your business?
100%. If being unethical is only going to last you so long. We have really high legislation in this industry as well regarding ethics, and it takes years to build your reputation, and just one bad decision or one ethical decision on your part can destroy your career.
Right.
And it makes the industry look bad as well. Yes, there are some bad players out there, as in every industry, but there's a lot of professional agents out there that take this career very seriously, that follow the rules, and I think that is the most important thing. Be ethical, be honest with your clients, guide them in the right way, and just learn what are the rules. Know and stay within the rules. Don't try to bend rules just to get a quick commission paycheck.
Yeah.
Because that's going to have a ripple effect in your career and in the industry.
And that goes long way. When you look back, what do you think that you could have done differently?
That's a good question. I guess I'm pleased with the way things have kind of worked out for me and where things are at now. If I were to go back and change things, I probably wouldn't have wasted 5 years at the wrong brokerage. So get into a good, strong brokerage right from the start, because that will accelerate your career much faster than being at the wrong brokerage and just spinning your wheels. That would probably be the number one thing I would do, is just, if I were to do it again, just choose the brokerage very wisely.
That is very good. I just wanted to ask you if you wanted to rate the culture, support, the brand, and the technology. How would you rate that? Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, it's 10 out of 10, Gary. It's there's no complaints from me. I love everything about the brokerage. I'm here for life. The people here are amazing. The staff, the management, the technology, which is so important. And so many people are falling behind on the coaching, the training, like everything is here. It's a one-stop shop.
Satinder, if not real estate, if you're not a real estate agent, where do you see yourself?
Oh, if that's a tough question. I love what I do.
Great. That's the right answer, though.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, if I really had to go back, I did have plans. As every parent wants their child to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, and I probably would have pursued one of those careers, maybe a doctor or a lawyer. But I think where I'm at is I think I have no regrets. I'm so glad I'm in this industry,
Hmm.
and I'm happy doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, real estate is a very, very rewarding career and it gives us almost everything as long as we're doing ethically, professionally, and, success follows you. How do you see the future of real estate?
Technology, I think, is going to be such an important aspect of what we do. Um, and in the future, I think it's just going to continue. Like it's changing week over week. There's so much new technology coming out. It's sometimes really hard to stay on top of it all. But I think it's a good thing. It's going to help us
Hmm.
make our systems more efficient so we can help our clients better. Now, I'm looking forward to this new technology. I'm learning as much as I can about it, and I can't wait to see what that has to offer. But we have to keep continuing to evolve with this new technology.
Yeah. I mean, the more you learn, the more you feel that I don't know much. And then you are learning more and more and more, and it never ending and evolving every day, as you said. Tell me more about your hobbies. Uh, if when you're not selling real estate, what do you do?
Oh, and not real. So I don't know. I'm kind of just all over the place. I used to play a musical instrument that I still pull out.
Mm,
It's a great stress reliever. Sometimes I just go in the basement and just play the drums it, and just take my mind off things a little bit. Martial arts is something I've done my whole life.
I think you're a black belt as well.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, great. So
So
no one is
that's
messing with you.
yeah, yeah. I'll make sure we get that deal done one way or the other. But that's also another hobby of mine. Just keeps me feeling young. Working out, going to the gym, exercising, spending time with family,
Mm,
with the kids,
nice.
and sometimes just you need your down times as well. So just spending time with watching a movie with the kids or taking them somewhere. There's always something to do. My schedule is always quite full.
Very good. I mean, at the end, I wanted to know that if you wanted to give any message to our audience or to your clients and customers.
The message I would say is, look, we know there's a lot of real estate agents out there, and I would say choose your agent we're going to be working with, possibly to sell your most valuable asset. Choose that person wisely.
Right.
There's a lot of people out there that don't have the right knowledge and skills to guide you in the right way. And it's just same thing as if you were to go to a lawyer and to fight a big case for you, and that lawyer doesn't really know what they're doing. You could end up hurting yourself more than the 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 money that you would save by hiring that person. So choose your person that you're going to work with very wisely. Choose the brokerage where you're going to work at carefully. And what I would like to say to my clients is thank you for the trust you place in me. And I look forward to continuing to serve you over and over again. All your family and friends and referrals, I really appreciate you sending them to me. And I will just continue to guide you in an honest way and guide you as if this purchase or sale is as if it's my own property.
Right.
And I'll handle it with that same level of care.
You are a full time real estate agent. Tell me more about your day to day schedule.
Day to day is usually what a lot of clients don't know, a lot of the public doesn't know. It's not just about showing houses, opening a door and giving a tour of a house. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on when it comes to selling a house or purchasing a property. A lot of research is involved. There's a stack of paperwork that you have to go through for every single deal, and that paperwork is continuous till even after the deal. There's still paperwork that needs to be done. It's looking into into neighborhoods. What's happening in that neighborhood? What are the development plans? What are builders doing out there? What are the amenities? There's a lot of other legal issues that are happening. You have to know what's going on to actually be an expert
Right.
in that area or helping your client. So it's constantly learning. Seminars. Oh my God, there's so much knowledge out there that you can just spend entire days just soaking up information.
Right.
Attending seminars. Like, I love to attend seminars. I just want to absorb as much knowledge as I can.
Right.
So I will spend hours just learning, watching seminars, watching podcasts, reading books on real estate,
Right.
reading news about the real estate, just as much as I can learn so I can help and be more knowledgeable and help my clients better. But as an agent, there's also other things you have to do. You have to prospect. If you're selling somebody's property, you have to market their property. You have to reach out to people. You have to reach out to your database, make it known that this property is available. Try to find somebody suitable from your database, and even with like outside of your database.
Yeah.
You have to advertise it. There's always stuff that you have to do behind the scenes. There's so much going on that the seller might think that, okay, what is this person actually doing for me? But my days are spent like trying to find a buyer for that house, or trying to find a house for my buyer.
That sounds like there's a never a dull moment in realtor's life. So
Yeah,
there's always something constantly going on.
yeah, it's continuous.
How does the technology play a role in these days for a real estate agent's life? Does technology bring business, or is just the awareness? How do you use the technology, and how our brokerage provide you that technology in order to make you successful as a real estate agent?
Yeah, the technology is extremely important for a real estate agent. If you're not using the technology, you're falling behind. Our brokerage, we're provided with websites, we're provided with CRM systems, we're provided with marketing materials to help market our properties.
Right.
Presentations, we're given so much market data that we can analyze and know what is actually going on in the market.
Right.
If you're not on top of this stuff, you have no idea which direction the market is going in. Or you're not even aware that there's so much technology out there that can make your life easier.
Right.
You just have to embrace it. You have to use it. It's all given. It's all there for us. Why not use it?
Yeah.
It'll help you, and it'll help make your systems more efficient. It'll help your clients as well.
Does the multiple locations of our brokerage help you and our agents? Do you think that it can help you now and in the future as well?
Yeah. It's easier when there's multiple locations. If I need to meet a client who lives on maybe that part of town where the other office is, we can just meet up there. If I need quick access to a computer, or I need some admin staff to help me with some paperwork or something, I can choose whichever location is more convenient for me at that particular time.
Right.
And sometimes you just need a change of scenery. There's people who come to this office more regularly, and there's people that go to the other office regularly. So it's nice to bounce back and forth.
Right. How does our admin support help you over the years to grow your business?
They're I would say the backbone of this office, and I would say they're probably the most underappreciated as well.
They're unsung heroes.
Yes, yeah, and the clients never meet our admin staff, but they play such a big role in handling this deal from start to finish. A lot of the paperwork that we provide to them, they double check it. They make sure there's no missing signatures, no missing initials. They check the clauses. They keep us in line with our timelines. We know when there's a date coming up. and we're reminded of it in case we forget. They help us dot the I's and cross the T's, and they manage the appointments, they manage our marketing. They handle so much behind the scenes that our clients don't even know what's going on. But if they were to know that, it's unfortunately they're like you said, the unsung heroes. But I really appreciate them so much. They do so much to help us.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that you appreciate our staff and the support staff as well. We have 4 managers in our office. How do you see the leadership in our brokerage helping the agents, the brand new agents or the veteran agents? What's your thought on that?
Yeah, so it helps to have the managers here, and they're always available if there's any questions, especially for the newer agents who might need a little bit of hand holding to help this deal cross the finish line. The management is always available, whether it's by phone, like if I'm sitting at home and I need to talk to somebody, I can make a quick call, or if I'm in the office, there's always somebody here that can help with that. Especially mentoring the new agents. They're always providing help and training. In addition to the outside coaches that you bring in and the professional trainers, they're also here to give weekly training as well to the new agents.
Yes.
So it's just another layer of training that's offered here, and it really helps because when you're a new agent, the textbooks teach you one thing, but like I said earlier, it's the real world practical knowledge, which is a whole different beast. And there's so much that the textbooks just get your feet wet about the industry and how to do the basic stuff. But it's the trainers and the management and the office staff that actually help you when it comes time to doing your first deal or second deal or even your 50th deal. They're always there for support.
When you're a realtor, there's a lot of speed bumps in your career, but you always manage to stay away from those kind of the speed bumps. Like I'm talking about legal issues, legal challenges. How do you stay away from these kind of issues?
Oh, luckily, yes. There's a lot of speed bumps along the way, that's for sure. And it's legal issues it's possible with every single contract you do. These are legal contracts that we're signing. We're helping our clients sign. So we need to know what's written in that contract inside and out.
Right.
We need to know how our clients are protected or not protected. That means, although we're not lawyers, but we are the first line of defense when it comes to signing this legal contract. So we should know what our clients are signing.
Right.
And advise them appropriately. When we're not sure, we have to refer it out to a lawyer. They're the experts. But a lot of things are in that contract that we need to be aware of before we have our clients sign. So we have to make sure we explain everything to them properly. There are tens of thousands of lawsuits out there involving real estate transactions.
Yes.
So one thing I do is I love reading about those legal lawsuits when it comes to real estate. When I have time, I will actually read through these cases and just learn for myself.
Yes.
Where was the mistake made? How can I prevent this from ever happening to my client? So actually in my spare time, I do like reading these law cases. I love reading about law when it pertains to real estate.
Yes.
So although I'm not a lawyer, I find that I can probably help my clients avoid a lot of those legal problems just because I have a better understanding of real estate law just from reading these cases. There's things such like minor issues that could land your client in court or maybe cause your house not to close. And it's incredible reading some about these cases. So, and I see this happening on a day-to-day basis in real estate. And a lot of people don't know that there's already cases out there where this has been tried in court. And for example, um, some buyers think that the agreement isn't valid unless I provide a deposit.
Right. That's a very
It's very common. It's a common thinking a lot of people have, and some agents still believe that as well. The truth of the matter is, once you signed that contract, you've made a promise to deliver that deposit. And if
Yeah.
you don't deliver that deposit within 24 hours, it's written right there. It's not one business day. It says within 24
within
hours.
24 hours. And
So
you're
it's
signing under the seal.
under seal. Once you sign under seal, you've made that promise to deliver that deposit. If that deposit is not delivered in 24 hours, you are now in breach of contract.
Right.
And I have actually had people tell me, "Oh, it's okay. If we want to back out, we just won't deliver the deposit." And that, if you don't have that knowledge or know about the case laws surrounding this, that client is going to get a very rude awakening when they're sued in court, because they're gonna lose. There's already precedent out there. So I think legal matters are very important when it comes to real estate.
Yeah.
That's just a simple example, but there's so many more complicated issues that we have to know how to steer our clients around.
And you're not only putting your client in trouble, you're also in trouble as well. And for that, we usually provide trainings for that. So we got FinTrack trainings, we have legal complications training, and how to stay away from legal pitfalls. We provide those kind of trainings. And that is my question to you. Does that help you, what we provide at REMAX President Realty?
Yeah, so it's, you bring in a professional lawyer, actually several lawyers that you bring into the office regularly to give proper legal training when it pertains to real estate and contracts that we're signing. So 100% that helps. It has helped me. I've learned a lot from these lawyers, and I encourage all agents, take the time out. Just keep absorbing all this free knowledge that you're providing to the agents in this office. There's a wealth of information out there that, the more and more I read about and educate myself, the more and more I really learn that the less I know, really. There's so much information out there.
Real estate is continuously evolving over the years. New from REBA to TRESA evolvement in the last couple of years. Some of the real estate agents still thinking about REBA, but it's TRESA, and the regulation changed, as well as PropTech's regulation changes over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And how do you evolve with these kind of the things? Do you read a lot, or do you follow and go attend the trainings, seminars, conferences around the area? How do you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So not just with the training that you bring in the professionals here in the office, and that helps. But not just that, I will watch webinars and seminars on these topics. This is really important stuff to know. Like, you have to know what the new legislation is. It changes all the time, and you have to stay on top. You can't be using and following old legislation that's not in effect anymore. So you need to stay on top. A lot of people have their blinders on and they think, okay, my job is just to sell houses. But no, it's much, much more than that. You need to know the legislation that's there. So keep reading on it. Keep following the news articles that are on it. Even the news that comes in from CREA and the Toronto Real Estate Board. Read those articles. Read those emails that you get. Join the webinars. They're always providing training. And by learning as much as you can about that stuff, it'll help keep you out of trouble,
Of course.
and more importantly, your clients.
When my agents are in trouble, I'm also in trouble. So that's why I wanted to make sure that we providing more information, more knowledge, more educations to our team, so they are on the top, and they provide best possible services to their clients. That's what our goal is, and that's what our vision is, to make sure that we are helping our clients in the best professional way. Stinder, any suggestions to the brand new agents coming into the business?
Absorb all knowledge as much as you can. I feel that's the best way to learn. Get a mentor. Learn from the coaches that come into the office. They're, like I said, the textbook knowledge is one thing, but the practical knowledge you're going to get from the trainers and coaches that come here is a whole different ballgame. They're the ones that are going to teach you the day-to-day practical way to do real estate. They're going to teach you how to increase your business, the right way to do prospecting, the right way to do follow-ups with your clients. They're being brought here to help you increase your business and succeed in this industry. There's no reason you shouldn't come to these trainings. It's being offered to you as a service from the brokerage, and it's just a wealth of information. That's my advice to new agents. So get into these trainings as much as possible. Keep learning, keep reading, get a mentor, get somebody who can guide you. As a new agent, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So if you have a mentor that can help prevent some of those mistakes, it'll be better for you and for your clients.
Stinder, I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming to my show and wishing you all the very best in real estate.
Thanks for having me, Gary.
Thank you for watching Let's Talk Real Estate with Garry Bhaura. We'll see you soon with another podcast with another guest. In the meantime, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.